Welcome to Week 8. So we're continuing our journey on the data science lifecycle, the next step talking about cleaning and preparation of your data. So at the end of this, you'll be able to prepare data for further analysis using Python, and this will be something tremendously helpful for you in your final capstone project. So for this demonstration, I'm going to download and import the iris dataset. I'm going to load that into a data frame. I'm going to explore the data frame, identify missing values, duplicates, and outliers. I'm going to then use appropriate techniques to handle those missing values, duplicates, and outliers. Perform some basic analysis on the clean data set, and then save the clean data set down to a CSV for further analysis. So it's all going to be within this Python Jupyter notebook, as we've done in previous demonstrations. Our grading criteria has not changed as well. So here we're going to answer the 6 questions. First, I'm going to use scikit-learn to load iris. I'm going to use matplotlib in order to do my plots, and keep pandas and numpy handy as well. So the load iris, we did that last week, and then within iris to pull out a target variable, add a target variable in there to enhance it. That's what I'm doing here with this df target to add target to the data frame. Next thing I'm going to do is simple print statements. So now that I got the data frame together, I want to show how many rows and columns that we've got. I want to show missing values using an isNull and then a sum. So we're chaining those two functions together. I'm going to check for duplicates using the data frame duplicated function and then do the sum off of that. And then if there are no missing data sets, as in this case here, we wouldn't have to handle anything. If there are missing data sets, then here's where a function would go. And then for that, moving the duplicates is I'm going to give you a check before and then after so that we can verify that we had duplicates and then we remove the duplicates. So let me go ahead and load this. So I start with a fresh file. And this may take a minute to load. So while that's running from the previous run here, I'll show you that there were 150 rows, 5 columns, and missing values, there were no missing values. Remember that from last week? We did the EDA and we discovered that to be a true statement. There was one duplicate, and since there's no missing values, nothing is needed. But if we did have a missing value, we'd want to put a function in there in order to handle it, such as if you had a null, you may want to set it to 0. You may want to drop the record out. It all kind of depends on your particular data. And then number of rows before and number of rows after removing the duplicates are here. And it's still crunching. Okay. I'll go down and start explaining from the previous run here. First of all, just doing a simple print to show you what the initial is. And then for each feature in the iris feature name, so I'm going to go through each feature, and I'm going to add that to the box plot and then do a plot show. That produces this box plot right here that you can see. So we do see that there are some outliers in there. Now for this, we want to handle this. We want to look for data points that fall outside of 1.5 times IQR range, which we can do that with the percentile. And so for the percentile, I'll set it to 25 and 75 for the Q1 and the Q3 percentiles. The IQR will be the difference between those two. And then setting the upper boundary, taking the Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR, which then gives us the data frame. And so from the data frame, I want to select out those where the upper bound is less than or equal to the steeple width is less than or equal to the upper bound. And so that gives us the number after removing the outliers. So just doing the look of it right here. Before outliers, we have 150. After removing the outliers, we have 147. So as we're running down through this, and it looks like my original function had finished, took 2 minutes to load that data set. Once it's cached up, it should run faster. But if I was to run this now, rerun this now, let me clear out my results. And this is going to take a minute to run. So we have the same results there, 150 prior to the outlier removal and 147 after it. So again, I'll refresh on pandas profiling. And these are the two statements which are most important in this example here. Again, it's going to take a while to generate. So while I'm letting that run, let me jump over to the student submission. So for the student submission, you're going to be downloading the adult income data set from the UCI machine learning repository. Go ahead and load the data set, explore the data set, identify any missing values. Okay. Use the appropriate techniques to handle missing values, duplicates, and outliers. Perform basic analysis on the clean file, and then save the clean file to a CSV for further use. The deliverable, the data set, is adult income. It contains 48,000 rows and 14 columns. The grading criteria has not changed as part of it. To give you a kickstart here, I'm going to go ahead and show you this is a pandas data frame loading it in. This is loading a data set from a URL, so this is where the data is contained. By doing this and then displaying ahead, you can see the first 5 rows of that data. So this is the data set which you're going to use. Just basically finish out the rest of the notebook from there, answering these questions right here. As you can see, our pandas profiling has finished from the previous run, and with very similar to results to what we saw before. Okay, so if you have any questions, please reach out on the discussion forums, in the online during the office hours, or reach out to the instructor directly in email. This one here should be relatively straightforward as well. No new libraries to load, so it should not have a problem with doing installs and things along those lines. Any questions, reach out. Thank you.